What would your house look like if you and your family had to leave your city and never return? You can only take what you and your family members can carry. What would you leave behind? Could a future researcher determine why your family abandoned your home based on what you left behind? This is what happened when researchers stumbled across ancient Mayan ruins buried under the vines of the rainforest in Central America. To the researchers, it appeared that these Mayan cities had been abandoned overnight. Why, they wondered, had people deserted such fabulous cities, and why had they all left around the same time? The first Mayan cities were built between 350 and 200 BCE in an area that is today the Yucatan Peninsula. Mayans turned swamps into usable farmland, used clearing methods to attract animals so they could have meat to eat, and build raised roads that were higher than the levels of the swamps. Their ingenuity allowed them to live in a place, the rainforest, that people had not been able to live before. The Mayans also built pyramids out of stucco that were over 180 feet high. Mayans also built canoes and participated in extensive trade networks. Mayan religious beliefs place great importance on the cosmos. Here is a drawing of Mayan constellations. Mayans created many constellations out of the stars. They believed that the stars, the sun, and other celestial bodies influence their daily lives. The Mayans were therefore very advanced in mathematics. They were the only civilization of their time to develop the number 0, which was represented by a shell. Because of their advancement, they could predict solar eclipses and used astrological cycles to aid in planting and harvesting crops. They developed a calendar using their astronomy and complex mathematic ability. Here is one of the calendars that they developed. Despite the advancements of the Mayan culture, between 800 and 900 CE, fabulous cities like these were abandoned. Whole societies with complex religious practices and deeply held cultural beliefs disbanded, leaving behind massive feats of engineering, amazing architecture, and beautiful artwork. Some have argued that the Mayans were a more sophisticated race and were therefore in possession of technologies that we don't understand today. This argument is based on the complexity of the Mayan calendar and the precision of Mayan buildings and pyramids, and perhaps the overall surreal quality of the Mayan ruins. These people argued that the Mayans didn't disappear, but in fact left the planet for a different world. However, today most archaeologists agree that it was a combination of factors that led to the collapse of the Mayan kingdom. Invaders from other lands, the disruption of trade routes, climate change and deforestation, drought and disease are all factors that contributed to the demise of this great civilization. Mayans packed up what little they could carry, left the rest behind, and moved from their great cities in the rainforest to a simpler life in unspoiled forests. Although the cities were abandoned, the Mayan people carried their culture with them. It is alive and well, as you can see in this photograph, almost 2,000 years later, in the people of Central America. Would your culture stand the test of time as the Mayan culture has?